Rashidele, Goa University, Vice Chancellor, Ube Genla number ta, Nina Chibe Lotu number, Tana Shingi, Leche number, Samala, some Ditashi de Leshua, the Chapchitu, Goa Turi Labdata, Losel Nide, Java Yoba, Tangani Java Yoba Sonza, Longema, Nido Jukugi, Chinda Jebena Lolaya, Manzo Sabjon Pu to Sinayore. Tatalo, Lodi la Toiri, Neji Wanki, and in Aranzoke de Gange Shuji Te, the Bully Nalola Gange Shuji Te. That the Bully Gange Teva Maseva, Tana Shingi, Love Genre, Benjore, and the Digi Nam Pogere, Nam de Ron Songere, that they'll have again Shuli Kangalola, and the Luda, some Niki Tony Gange Shuji Chungre. Today in that the Gange, the day save Tadala. 아니 가난 저기 드블로셀링게 톤에 아니 다다데 드리다리 친 들리니도 니슈게 아니 친다 구베 제 주루네 손데 살학바 가이라 다니링아 먼저 야하르게 리슝 벤 나렌다게 취지기 톤에 곰게 티데 아니 시대 곰게 티데 간족에 아니 기란절라 비교슈에이 디인데 롭티 나겐데 아니 다도를 못치다 아니 기시리 wangyal 코나니 도스레 롱게마라야 그런 조 sab정갑라 도스 롭티 나레 디인데 달로 이바이네야 코나니 배제야고다 롭정야고다 군제야고다 아니 곰기 티든서 야고여바 인자 아니 그런 조라 도스네 롭티 슈에이 다 디데인데 곰게 티디 아주데 표네 곰게 티데다 시대네 손에 소고에 또 가려려 배서나 근데 나란 쪽에 샘기 강에 망부슈지 맨지 지국의 왕도 뭐 세리 야제 톤에 투자 야제 톤에 연거래 돼 딩고베 야제 톤에 치강에 세 정거래 마도 난샘기 강에 돼 세투고 말해 난샘기 강에 세와라 곰 냠랭기 톤에 아니 난샘기 강에 돼 세라 디 연거래 디인데 통만 간족이 아니 니마 당보다 니바스네 봐 니마 또 세네도네 아니 드다레레랑 간족이 곰티 미자와 지네 티네 용거래 곰티 미자와 대한 당보 니마 당보데 시대행게 토네 드네 용하다 다 나신게 아니 디간로라 템바니샤레 우중오단 템바니샤다 시내다 하동다 닝제다 드레 전당 간족이 곰기 티디마 도스니 용거래 남버서 임바이나야 눈다레레게 나로라 살라바 칸이 로티 나연디 디게 든지기 하마 드다치기다 사 부부바사 빼바 된줄라니 소소소게 냠내 장네 곰 잡네 아니 소소셈라 원에 다네 편도 용거래 삼네 간도디 슈구에 딘남버서 임바이나 편도 용 투에게 아니 레와다 어디데 슈구에 다하나신게 다된 아니 가란조 강가로게 아니 고아 찬슬러 위베 와이스 찬슬러다 위베 기란조 창마게 아니 다가란게 롭종 디토라 아니 공기 토라 냠내야고 나로나스 아니 슈에제다 다가란조게 내암도 저 강가 시네 뉴도 시네 다 강조조 시네 아니 토리랍다야 추투에다 아니 잠물리 강가 나로라 내암 시와 아니 데 메든 슈게 아니 참마 몽바 이바이네 양간조 고 토리랍자기 토라 드본로셀링게 토네 아니 뒤주도데 안조 저와 여바 손자 몽바 이바이네 양간조 sab정다데 아니 페트베게 라와다 아니 메두슈게 아니 투지체 가덴체
My sincere greetings to the faculty and students of Goa University. I feel very honored and privileged to participate in this teaching program on building basic meditation practice for well-being, organized by Drepung Losel Monastery and Goa University. So today, the main topic will be on introduction to meditation, Shamatha and Vipassana. So what is meditation? Meditation is a system, is a mental system to train your mind. It is a way of familiarizing and habituating using certain mental skills and experiences. If we look back on history, over the course of thousands of years, meditation has played a major part within the human community to obtain peace of mind, dealing with destructive emotions, and in the pursuit of happiness. And especially in this country, India, where the very rich and extensive ancient Indian tradition originated from. So meditation can be explained or divided into two categories. Shamatha and Vipassana. Shamatha, as in Sanskrit, is also known as calm abiding or tranquility of the mind, and is a form of concentration-based meditation. On the other hand, Vipassana, known as insight or analytical meditation, is a form of meditation related to analyze and investigate the nature of things. So these two types of meditation encompasses all forms of meditation. And also, these types of meditation are a form of contemplative system where it doesn't entail any kind of religious beliefs or philosophical dogmas, and is free from any kind of religious belief or any kind of philosophical stance. Therefore, it is an innate quality of the mind which can be accepted by any type of person with different types of dispositions and different types of characteristics of the mind. So, if we go deeper into the concept of meditation, from the moment we were born and when we looked upon the world, we have always been using the five senses, also known as the eye consciousness, the ear consciousness, etc. And especially during these very modern times, where everything is so commercialized and industrialized, we are relying on these 5 external mental consciousness to live on a daily basis. And therefore, by doing that, it is causing us much disturbance and turmoil and stress and worries. And by doing that, we are actually neglecting the potential and the capabilities of our 6th consciousness, also known as the Chit, the mental consciousness. So meditation gives us the ability to get in touch with our nature of our mind, get in touch with the 6th consciousness, where we can subdue the effect, the negative effects, and the disturbance caused by the 5 external consciousness or the 5 senses. So let me give you an example. So in order to dispel darkness and in order to see in the darkness, through the darkness, we light a lamp. And by doing so, it is very important for the light of the lamp to be stable and unwavered by the wind at the same time. That will give us the ability to get a vivid picture. Similar to that, we need the practices of both concentration, attention, and analytical power. In other words, the practices of Shamatha and Vipassana to see reality. Let me give you 2 important points when we are trying to meditate. So when we're actually implementing meditation, we will be facing with 2 obstructions, which are excitement and lethargy or laxity. And to deal with them, to counter them, we need to use the 2 antidotes known as the power of mindfulness and the power of vigilance. So while we are trying to meditate, we focus on a particular subject, and our mind is disturbed by excitement. Our mind is flowed outwardly because we are influenced by the stimuli of the 5 senses. So, in order to bring our mind back on the subject, we have to use the power of mindfulness to prolong the experience or prolong the image in our mind. So mindfulness helps us with that. And to deal with laxity or drowsiness, which is a form of inattentiveness, we need to use the power of vigilance, which is a mind which watches over the faults and tries to rectify any kind of faults we have within our meditation. So, while we are meditating, it is important for us to focus on our own mind, that is the 6th consciousness, the Chit. And in this session, we will be doing meditation based on the 6th consciousness, the mind, because as we all know, the mind is actually the closest thing we can relate to as the true self, as us. I'm not saying the mind is the self, but when we think of ourselves, we think. So while we are thinking, we're actually using the mental consciousness, the 6th consciousness. While we are thinking, we're not using our eyesight, we're not using the eye consciousness. but we are in fact using our chit, the mind, the mental consciousness. So if we try to focus on that, and all the problems, all the stresses, all the worries that we face every day, the mental agony that we face, are built within the sixth consciousness. And by focusing and understanding about the sixth consciousness will give us the ability to deal with these destructive emotions, because in fact, it is a part of the mental consciousness. It is a part of the sixth consciousness. So let us try to focus on the sixth consciousness, the mental consciousness. I usually say, let us meditate on the mind, using the mind. So that is, the mind watches over the mind using the sixth consciousness. So that is a form of meditation which may prove useful to deal with reduction of stress, to deal with obtaining contentment within our daily lives. And while we are meditating, it is important to loosen up physically and mentally, focusing on the chit, on our own mind, therefore ignoring the stimuli of the five senses. And while we are focusing, it is very important to use the two antidotes that I stated before, which is mindfulness, being mindful of watching your own mind. And along with that, using vigilance as a watchman in the corner of your mind to watch over any kind of inattentiveness or any kind of faults you find within your meditation. So using these two antidotes will ultimately help you increase the quality of your meditation as well as point you in the right direction for basic beginners. Thank you.
Om